I'm Carrie Jo Cain, and I'm a nurse at Children's Hospital St. Paul. I grew up in Sierra Leone, West Africa, and my parents were missionaries there, and that was one of the neatest things in the world, being able to grow up in that culture. That played a lot in my decision to become a nurse. And so as I became a young adult, I realized I really wanted to go into nursing. Chose nursing as a profession, always with the intent of going back sometime to Sierra Leone and working there. And throughout the years, have had the chance to go back with short-term missions. A year and a half ago, my family and I went back to Kamakwi Hospital for 3 weeks. And in assessing what we were going to do there, we got the feedback that they really wanted teaching of some sort. They gave a lot of different ideas of what they needed, and one of those was teaching their staff infant resuscitation techniques. That setting is really different than this setting here, and so when I was trying to figure out what to teach there, because there's no electricity, there's no oxygen, what could I take from neonatal resuscitation and use there? I came across the program called Helping Babies Breathe, which had just been developed in 2010 by the American Academy of Pediatrics and the World Health Organization. There's about a 10% infant mortality rate in Sierra Leone. And we know from our high-tech setting that 99% of deliveries, when there's a difficulty there, it has to do with breathing, because breathing is the first fundamental thing that babies do. A lot of times when babies are born, something has happened either in the delivery or in the process of being born, that maybe the baby is so stressed out that it's like out of energy and it can't breathe. And so like normally, we don't even think about breathing. It's just kind of a reflex and it just happens. And if you try and hold your breath, you can hold it for a while, but then it just kicks in and you start breathing. Well, when babies are born, they don't have that reflex yet. And if nothing makes them start breathing, they'll just die. So what Helping Babies Breathe does is it takes a very simple piece of equipment that can be used over and over again, and it teaches the person who's helping in that delivery how to use that equipment to help that baby take those first couple of breaths. And once you take those first couple of breaths and get that baby's lungs cleared out and working, then that reflex to keep breathing kicks in and they start breathing. If we don't intervene in that first minute of life, then that baby's chances of surviving and surviving intact go down dramatically. In January, I'm going to Sierra Leone for 3.5 weeks, and we have set up an intensive time of teaching for 160 traditional birth attendants and midwives in the northern part of Sierra Leone. And we'll be going out each day on motorcycle out to the villages, and in groups of about 10 to 12, the women will come into a village close to them, and we'll teach for a whole day from early in the morning till we're done, and teach them this whole program, implement it, and give them the equipment. By the end of this 3.5 weeks, the goal is that they will be the educators, and then I'll be their support from this side. For all the equipment, the shipping, the paying for all the people and the food on that side is about $7,000. So God has been great, and I've had a lot of people participate already in funding, but there's still a good piece to put together, and I'm trusting that God is going to bring that in. I'm very, very grateful and thankful to the family here at Waite Park for your participation all along in our first trip, when I went back last summer, but especially in this trip, in your support, in your encouragement, in your prayer support as I go. And as of getting ready to go, many of you are already praying about a lot of the little details, and I appreciate that. But I appreciate your prayer support and your financial support. Thank you very much.